On Guitar Center, there's been an old article that's been removed. He's saying that he would run his guitar through JCM 900 on clean channel with the preamp all the way up and blended with a Mesa. So that's the only information we got through my ears and doing some tests. It sounds more like Marshall.
Someone that understands, sees through the master plan, but everybody's gone. I've been for too long to
Blink-182, you know, it started literally with these two things on Cheshire Cat. You know, that's all I used. It's funny because on the following album, Dude Ranch, this guitar moved over to this head, and what I ended up doing was using both of these amps.
We see in the Pursuit of the Tone that he's using a 800, so maybe he made a mistake. Maybe he was using EL34s. JCM 900 used to make the earlier model with the EL34s. On the Epic signal chain, the link is in the description of Jerry Finn, says that he was really in love with Marshall.
Part of his signature huge guitar tone would be to run the guitar into two amplifiers. Jerry loved the sound of classic Marshalls. He would sometimes use this amp for more separated crunch sound coupled with a more modern high-gain amp such as a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier or a Diesel VH4. The high-gain amp would serve more for the sustain and compressed sound, whereas the Marshall or similar amp would give the mid-range definitions of the strings for the strums or chords.
To be honest, I think they were like highly sponsored by Mesa, and that's why we're seeing Mesa everywhere. It's been really confusing whether if he had a bridge pickup or neck pickup, because on the Fender website his wiring diagram was with a neck pickup and a treble bleed. We had this guy, Little Red Guitar, probably 182 or something, like John Poulin is his name. He did a video about a comparison of each pickup Tom's been using. You really get that like kind of stringy note from the neck pickup, but kind of more like the bottom, like kind of like the upper register of the string note with the neck one, and the lower register with the bottom one, with the bridge ones. Because on this Interrogator, it was like, fuck it, I'm not sure. So I went to a rehearsal space for musician, and they had the JCM 900. So that was the only element I had for sure. I did tests without treble bleed. I did tests with this one, the bridge pickup. I had a neck pickup. So I did all the tests with different EQs on the amp as well. So I would start at 1, I would play those riffs. I would go to 2, play those riffs, 3, play those riffs, to really see like if he was not maxing out the gain, to see like the kind of like the correct level. And turns out that it's the winner is a bridge pickup with the gain all the way up. So no neck pickup, no treble bleed. So I don't know who did that thing on Fender website saying he was using a neck pickup. I was like, maybe for studio, maybe for clean tone.
Now let's talk about the guitar cabinets. Jerry would like to blend the tones of different speakers and sometimes blend speakers within a single cabinet. He would often use a pair of Marshall 1960B straight cabinets. Some of his main speakers include Celestion Vintage 30s and various iterations of the Celestion Greenback, including the medium magnet 25 watt and heavy magnet 30 watt versions. Moving right along, Jerry Finn would mix both cabinets with 2 microphones on each. He would choose the best speaker and blend from each cab and place the mics right next to each other, just off center, where the cone of the speaker meets the dust cap. These mics would be right in front of the grill cloth of the cabinet and as close as he could get them. In some of his earlier work, Jerry would use a blend of Shure SM57s and Neumann U87s, where he would later start to incorporate Royer R121 ribbon microphones. On the Royer, Jerry said this: "These are the first mics I've ever used on guitars that give me exactly what I want. Huge low end with no EQ." Jerry would later ditch the 2-dynamic 2-condenser mic setup for a 2-condenser 2-ribbon mic setup.